Hello there and a warm welcome to SuperScreen's flagship bulletin, reaching you live from Lagos. I am Adenike Oweye Ajiboye. The wife of President Muhammadu Buhari, Aisha, has expressed a profound appreciation for the successful return of her son, Yusuf Buhari, from medical treatment abroad after sustaining injury from motorbike accident in Abuja. He was accompanied by the personal physician of his mother, Aisha Buhari, his elder sister, Halima Buhari, and other family members. Yusuf was received at the presidential villa by his parents, President Muhammadu Buhari, and his wife, Aisha, and other top government officials as the Minister of Interior, Abdurrahman Damazao, Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi, Minister of State for Health, Osage Onyenere, and other close associates of the family. Now, the federal government has issued a warning to the board chairman and members of parastatals under the office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, OSGF, not to interfere with the day-to-day running of the agencies. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF Boss Mustafa, gave the warning in Abuja at the inauguration of chairmen and board members of 8 parastatals under his supervision. Mustafa reiterated President Muhammadu Buhari administration's zero tolerance to corruption, insisting that this stance must not be compromised in any way.
Governing boards are creations of statute, and their main responsibility is to give policy direction to the management of institutions. I therefore wish to emphasize that government expects no less from these boards. Your agencies are critical to the achievement of the developmental goals of government, being implementing entities.
Now, the federal government has arraigned the Kogi West Senator Dino Melaye before the High Court in Abuja on 2 counts charges of giving false information about an assassination attempt on his life to the police on April 2017. Melaye was accused of falsely incriminating the Chief of Staff to Governor Yahaya Bello of Kogi State, Edward David, in the said assassination attempt. The offences were said to be punishable under sections 140 and 393 of the Penal Code Law, Cap 89, Laws of Northern Nigeria, 1963. Dino Melaye pleaded not guilty to the 2 counts filed against him by the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation on January 31st, 2018. In our bench ruling, Justice Olasubo Goodluck granted bail to the defendant after dismissing the prosecution's opposition, which she ruled was based on inadmissible affidavit evidence. The House of Representatives has urged the federal government to deploy every available security force in the search and rescue mission of the kidnapped Dapchi school girls. They said this at the plenary session on Tuesday, in which a resolution was reached on how best to go about the rescue of the girls.
The House of Representatives has urged the federal government to mobilize all security apparatus, including the Army, Air Force, DSS, and other agencies to rescue the missing Dapchi students. This is sequel to a motion moved by Honorable Goni Lawan from Yobe State and adopted by the House. Goni expressed concerns that despite various pronouncements by the federal government that Boko Haram has been decimated, the terrorist group has continued their actions.
We have information right now. Those girls are within the Yobe State. They have never pushed them to anywhere in Niger or Borno because we have a very big forest between Yobe and Borno. According to information, individual information that we are getting, we don't have to now those girls are there inside. And the military are aware. It's just like the visa now. It's just a matter for them to go
Reacting on the motion, lawmakers decried the continuous killings by the group without any proactive measures in place to forestall further occurrences.
The coordination between the security agencies is a given, but the citizenry, Mr. Speaker, that is where us as members of parliament who are engaged in our constituents must come in, that we must engage with them, asserting the true state of this war, asserting the true strength of Boko Haram, asserting the true strength of the ISIS-affiliated Boko Haram, and tell our constituents, increase the awareness with the Nigerian police, because the job of the military is to secure the territorial integrity of the state and hand over to the police, so that the police can be alive to their responsibilities.
We civilians to complement the government effort. At least when we were taking these children in about 4 vehicles along this dashing road, there must be some people who must have seen them. Why have they not called the police station that is just about half a kilometer to the place? In fact, we all have responsibilities to do. We should not place government alone, but government should also do. So we should provide under the Ministry of Education, provide for these security guards, and also the equipment that can be used, that is not dependent on the network or no network.
A lot has been said, really, and we're just descriptive of the present situation from all the debates I've had. But the truth is, we should address the core of the matter. What have we done right now to ensure that if these terrorists were to make an attempt this night to kidnap another set of girls from our schools in the northeast, that attempt will be thwarted? What do we do going forward to ensure that this national shame does not happen again?
The House, however, set up an ad hoc committee to visit Dapchi in Yobe State and report their findings back to the House.
5 terrorists and 2 soldiers have lost their lives as the Nigerian troops continued the crackdown on the remnants of Boko Haram insurgents in the Sambisa forest. The Deputy Director of Public Relations, Theatre Command, Operation Lafayette Dole, Colonel Onyema Nwanchiku, disclosed this and said the soldiers were carrying out clearance operation when they encountered the terrorists. He said the clearance operation progressed further into other identified insurgent camps around Chikude and Chinene, where the troops ferociously engaged and cleared pockets of resistance by the insurgents, killing 5 of them in the encounter. Nwanchiku said the troops exploited further in pursuit of the insurgents as they fled. One of the combat vehicles was rammed into by a terrorist vehicle-borne improvised explosive device, injuring 2 officers in the vehicle. As part of plans to empower women in Rivers State, Governor Nyesom Wike says a special law scheme has been set up to ensure women are properly catered for in the state. Wike made this known when a group of women from Ogba, Egbema, and Udoni local government area paid him a courtesy visit at the government house in Port Harcourt.
Thousands of women from Ogba Ogbena local government area of Rivers State, led by Grace Akoluku, commended Governor Nyesom Wike for the launch of the new empowerment initiative and for enhancing security in the area. Spokesperson of the women, Akuluku, also thanked the governor for his gestures and called for water processing plants and more empowerment initiatives for the women in the area.
To appreciate Your Excellency and government for the timely intervention in arresting the very troubling security challenges that plagued our local government for more than 8 years and the subsequent restoration of peace.
Reacting, Wike urged the women to ensure that they take up a habit of investing funds from the scheme into the small and medium-scale enterprise, thus uplifting their living conditions.
We need people to be alive for us to provide projects. If people are not alive, what are we doing projects for? Do we do projects for the dead? And let me assure of you, we will not relent. We will continue to do whatever we are supposed to do to make your life be meaningful.
Wiki commended security agencies in the state and assured his administration will continue to work towards improvement of peace and economic stability in the state.
The security agencies in the state have done well in terms of making sure there is peace in Onega. The only place where I quarrel with security agencies is that they should move their hand in rigging election. That is where I have always quarreled with them, and I'll continue to quarrel with them.
The governor also urged the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and security agencies to ensure credible conduct of the 2019 general elections.
While still staying with Rivers State, about 280 contract and adjunct lecturers at the Rivers State University of Science and Technology in Port Harcourt have appealed to the state governor, Nyesom Wike, to pay their outstanding salaries for the 2015-2016 and 2016-2017 academic sessions. The lecturers who disclosed this to journalists said a government owes some of them as much as 23 months arrear. The report.
Speaking with journalists at the University Complex in Rivers State, coordinator of the contract lecturers, Professor Sonny Amadi, thanked the state governor Nyesom Wike for the payment of 3.5 months arrears in 2017, but appealed that they look into the remaining outstandings.
What we are doing here today is to draw the attention of the governor to the painful plight of the above categories of staff of Rivers State University who are currently burdened with outstanding arrears of salaries in 2015, 2016, and 2016, 2017, ranging between 8 and 23 months. This disclosure is coming on the heels of series of earlier appeals to the authorities to address the unfortunate situation and bring the travail of the affected staff to an end. It is on record that sometime in 2017, about 3.5 months of the arrears were duly paid by the government to relieve the prolonged dilemma.
One of the lecturers, Felix Barrico, who also spoke in the same vein, explained that the appeal is coming on the heels of series of earlier appeals made to the authorities to address the situation and put an end to their suffering.
This problem actually started in February of 2016, when everybody's salary was stopped in the state for biometrics. At the end of that biometrics in August, these categories of staff, contra, adjunct, sabbatical, professors and the academic and the technical staff were not captured in that biometrics. And that was when the agitation started, as if we are about to be left out, because we believe that he has not been properly briefed.
Professor Amadi pointed out that the engagement of the contract lecturers helps to alleviate problems of the shortage of qualified personnel at the university, expressing hopes that the non-payment crisis will end soon.
Well, if you have just joined us watching SuperScreen News at 8, we'll take a short break here. And when we return, we'll bring you news from the business world. To stay. Well, it's so glad to have you back. Now, in business news, the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, has released the Capital Importation Report for the 2017 fiscal year, with the economy attracting a total investment inflow of $12.2 billion. The $12.2 billion investment inflow, when compared with the $5.38 billion in 2016, represents an increase of $6.82 billion or 56%. NBS said the report put the investment inflow into the country as at the end of the fourth quarter of 2017 at $5.32 billion compared to $4.14 billion in the third quarter. The MBS report also said during the fourth quarter of 2017, Abuja and Lagos accounted for over 97% of the destination of investment inflow into the country. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has cautioned Nigerians to be wary of investment in cryptocurrency, adding that virtually currencies are not a legal tender in Nigeria. A cryptocurrency is a digital asset designed to work as a medium of exchange that uses cryptography to secure its transactions, control the creation of additional units, and to verify the transfer of assets. In a statement issued by the bank, it said cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Repos, Monero, Litecoin, Dogecoin, OneCoin, and exchanges such as NairaX were not licensed or regulated by the CBN. The statement signed by the bank's acting director in charge of corporate communications, Isaac Okorafor, emphasized that dealers and investors in any kind of cryptocurrency in Nigeria were not protected by the nation's law. Okorafor also said the legal implication of such arrangement is that CBN may be unable to seek legal redress in event of failure of the exchanges or collapse of the business. The House of Representatives has unanimously passed a vote of no confidence in the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Kayode Fayemi, and the Minister of State, Abubakar Bawa Buhari. Both ministers signed a sectoral debate on the steel sector scheduled for today to find solutions to the troubled Ajaokuta steel plant. The motion on no confidence vote was moved by the leader of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila. The Director of Highways, Southwest Federal Ministry of Power Works and Housing, Emmanuel Adeoye, says the first section of the Apapa Wharf Road will be open to the public by the middle of this month. Adeoye, who disclosed this during an inspection tour of the project, said the federal government is committed to the successful completion of the project being jointly financed by Dangote Industries and Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC as a corporate social responsibility CSR. He said despite the challenges being faced, the ongoing construction would be completed in June. The project manager, AJ Dangote Construction Company, Jimo Tunde, said the pace of work is affected by the challenges earlier witnessed on the project. Some of the challenges experienced, according to them, include rain, traffic, community and stakeholders' demands, utilities, and potholes on the road, amongst others. You're still watching SuperScreen News at 8. We'll take another short break, after which we'll return with news from the foreign scene, entertainment, sports. To stay. Welcome back. Now in international news, a report says Taliban fighters have killed at least 6 policemen in an attack on a checkpoint and kidnapped dozens of bus passengers in 2 separate incidents in southern Afghanistan. A group of fighters wearing army uniforms kidnapped 30 people, including 19 policemen, after stopping the bus at the border between Kandahar and Uruzgan provinces. The Afghan army and the US-led coalition forces continue to battle the Taliban for the control of areas in the country, but the security situation has deteriorated. And now thousands of people have been urged to evacuate their homes in the United States, US of California, as a powerful storm batters the state. Authorities in the state also warned of the potential of mudslides. Those living near areas which were hit by recent wildfires are most at risk, as there is no vegetation left to bind the soil on hillsides. Rainfall rates of between 8 and 13 millimeters per hour are predicted in the foothills. In the mountain, 13 millimeters is a threshold for triggering a debris flow. Authorities are determined, however, to avoid another disaster like the mudslide that hit Montecito, which killed 21 people in January. And now in sports news tonight, Chan Eagles goalkeeper Ikechukwu Ezenwa, who captained Nigeria to the tournament and got injured in the semi-final against Sudan, has returned to training. The FC Ifeanyi Ubah first-choice goalkeeper posted a message on his Facebook wall in the early hours of Thursday, thanking God for his recovery. He equally thanked the Nigeria Football Federation for the support given to him during his injury layoff. Ezenwa's return will serve as a big boost to the Super Eagles' preparation for the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. Nigeria will play both Poland and Serbia in international friendly games this month as part of the preparation towards the World Cup in Russia. And finally, still talking sport news, Arsenal January signings Eric Mkhitaryan and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has insisted the Ghana squad are fully behind embattled manager Arsene Wenger. Wenger has come under increased pressure following Arsenal's 3-0 defeat to Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final. The Gunners are currently 6th in the Premier League table on 45 points and are in danger of missing out on Champions League qualification for the second season running. Arsenal host Man City on Thursday night at the Emirates amid reports of a dressing room revolt against Wenger, but the Gunners' new signings has dismissed such claims and have vowed to show they are playing for the long-serving manager. Aubameyang described Wenger as a great manager and urged his teammates to give their best to show him their support. Let's now join Anthony Osaibovo, who is standing by for the entertainment news.